Hi there Pokefans, I am your humble host Fan and you're watching Pokemon Gym Challenges. Last time we completed our task to fetch our rival and give him a map. And then we had a little side quest over there where we had to find some herdier, or not some herdier, a specific herdier. Now we are returning home and on our way we are stopped again by the champion Elder, and so we are going back home, and then we are going to find our first gym and try and defeat the gym leader with our single Pokemon, who isn't a fighting type yet, so it will be quite difficult against these two normal types, one of which has Retaliate, which does a lot of damage if you have killed his friend on the previous turn. Now, like the previous series, this is again not a Nuzlocke, so the basic rules of when a Pokemon faints it is considered dead does not apply in this playthrough again. But let's try and get through this game. Let's see if we can achieve our first gym badge in this episode specifically. And we are chased down by a lot of Purloin. In future, if the intro images are too long for you, you may just have to forward about a minute and have the last few seconds of that play out, or figure out on average how much that is. It is on average approximately a minute, maybe a minute and 30 seconds, but you might miss the start of the gameplay if you go up to a minute and 30 seconds. So you decide what you want to do over there. Okay, so I don't know if I saw it in my initial playthrough, but right next to the Pokemon Center is the next gym, right over here. So I did see it. I thought these kids was going to fight me, but apparently they did not. And I don't know why I did think so, because in all of Pokemon, if all that has ever existed, there has only ever been two helping trainers and one gym leader in the first gym. And on average they have between 1 and 2 Pokemon. I forgot this character's name. His name is Sharon. That's why I didn't mention it in the previous episode. So let's see if I can defeat Sharon over here. And I'm going to go through both of these trainers. Avoiding them is quite easy. I just need to walk up here. You can see I can just walk through them. But I think Sharon specifically wants me to fight each and every one of them before he will challenge me. I wonder why they didn't do that from the start of Pokemon. You have to prove yourself to the gym leader by actually defeating his two assistant trainers. That seems like a good idea to me. Granted, out of all of the Nuzlocks I have seen in the past so far, that would make Nuzlocking a lot more difficult, because many of them avoid the assistant trainers because they are so close to the level cap that they can't afford to battle those specific trainers. And in that lies the advantage and the folly of a level cap. I do agree that you need a level cap if you want to make the game fun or exciting. But if you want to win, just toss that level cap out and get as high as you can without it being tedious for you. We managed to get through the first assistant trainer without even taking any damage. Okay, let's take on this lovely little lady. Tackle does quite a bit of damage against this Lillipop. That's good. We just take out Lillipop in 2 tackles without taking any damage at all. Here comes Patrat. And if he has Retaliate, we are going to receive more than half damage. But it only does Leer. Now this is not a standard battle. This battle has been made much easier for us as a non-badge owner. If it was a real battle, we would have suffered some damage at least. Now Sharon will be a bit more difficult. He will actually do damage to us, but I think he's also going to do some setup first, and maybe we will not be able to get out of that without receiving a significant amount of damage. So I'll give my Tepic a berry, and hopefully I gave him the correct berry, because he's a rodent Pokemon, likes to use hypnosis. I can't remember exactly that rodent Pokemon's name. But if you're doing a Lion King theme, his evolved version of Patrat would be the perfect Pokemon to use as a Timon. I wonder if he has Patrat and its evolution, or if he has Patrat and a Lillipop. Or maybe he has 3 Pokemon. It'll be an interesting change in behavior. Somehow we managed to get through this without taking any damage. Lillipop is up next, a level 13 Lillipop. Let's see if we can, or what we can accomplish. At this stage I'm using this Scald as a fire type attack, because it is neutral against normal types, and it does burn like burn does, or like a fire type attack does. And getting the burn does help us quite a bit, because it halves physical damage. Granted, the pick probably has a lot of physical defense as well, but that is a secondary concern. Okay, so there goes Lillipop, and Sherm has been defeated. We get our first badge. Hey, us. Let's pat ourselves on the back for this seriously difficult battle. And as you may have noticed, I have added the badge, our badge bookcase, to the side of the screen so you can see what it is. We receive a workup. Now that isn't a bad setup move, but I am not playing with setup moves as yet. I might play with setup moves at some point in the future, but this is already not that difficult, so I'm not going to, as far as possible, use setup moves. That in of itself might be a mistake, but that is what I've decided to do. As far as I can remember, I didn't use any setup moves ever in my grass type playthrough, and in this fire type playthrough I'm not going to use any setup moves either. Oh, we get the return from Bianca. Return is also a very good normal type attack if your Pokemon likes you, and the more it likes you, the stronger return is. But I don't know if it ever reaches the damage potential that something like a Hyper Beam or a what is the physical version of that attack? Anyway, you know what I'm saying. I don't know if it reaches the same damage potential as those attacks. Okay, so now we're involved in a phone call again. You can pause at every time I go on if you want to read what is going on over here. As for me, I am not really reading what is going on, and as in with the grass type playthrough, it may lead to some difficulty later on when I'm trying to get somewhere, but I don't know where I went because I skipped some important dialogue. To be fair, I am scanning through the conversation very briefly and trying to pick up some key phrases or words, and if I find something that looks like a key word or phrase, I do stop and read it. But if I don't find any key phrases or words, I just pass over it and just go on with the game, because we are in a hurry. I should have called myself Barry, but I never do actually, because I do have the same personality as Barry, even though they don't show it in these games. I'm not like frantically shaking my arms and jumping up and down just to get going. The game kind of forces you to take a bit of a relaxed approach to the whole situation. It's okay, so you can see over here, I did pause a bit to read what this is all about, and based on that I will decide whether I want to use it or not. And for the most part I never actually use it, mostly because I don't really need it, and this is an emulator. Can anyone guess which Pokemon I'm going to use in this playthrough? Who my team is going to be? Leave a comment in the comment section below if you can guess who my team is going to be. Now, if I remember correctly, I took you into this gym with me so that we can talk to this scientist guy over here who's going to give us some metals. Maybe I'm going to do the whole metal thing, maybe I'm not going to do the whole metal thing. The one thing I do know is that in the end of the thing, we will get a fire metal for specializing in fire types. And that is the one cool thing of these generation of games. I did like this metal thing, this element of achieving metals, even though it is only aesthetic, and it gives you a specific metal at the end if you manage to specialize in a specific type. Now what that does is it helps you I wonder if it only applies with the Elite 4. I never actually tested that. If you can beat the Elite 4 with one type and then build up a whole new type and try the Elite 4 again, because after you've defeated all the gyms you don't get to fight them all over again. Unless you're doing it in challenge mode. But as you can see, I don't actually go into challenge mode because this is the first time playing through this game. And each time I do a new playthrough, it is as if I'm playing through the game for the first time, which is actually kind of stupid. But yes. Okay, so our Pokédex was upgraded. What was wrong with our Pokédex as we received it? Oh, now it gives us habitat locations. I didn't even realize that was what it was when she first gave it to me. And therefore I never actually use it. As far as I can remember. Because now she tells us about the Arduino, who gives us more experience if we encounter them. And the only way to encounter them is through the rustling grass. Finally we are able to go on. And we cross this bridge over here, which that guy was blocking. But that doesn't actually matter. So we have to go up here. We have fought all of these guys. And now we have to fight this hiker guy over here. Oh no, I don't think we do actually fight him. I think he just lets us by because we have a badge. He was blocking us. Okay, so we do fight him. He was blocking us from going down there because we didn't have a badge to prove that we can take out level 10 Pokemon. I wonder if this hiker dude realizes that if he lets Riolo go up too high in his levels, he will miss some very important steel type attacks. You need to evolve Riolo fairly early in order for him to get some of the good steel type attacks. That in and of itself is not a very easy thing to do. It takes about 5 years of walking, if I may exaggerate a little. So, are we going to evolve our Tepig before we even get our first Pokemon? Okay, so this is a physical attack with 50 and that is a special attack with 40. And Tepig is definitely a physical attacker. So we are getting rid of the special attack in exchange for the physical attack, which does 10 more damage. We managed to avoid that guy over there without even trying, but now we are taking to this dark grass over here, where we might occasionally encounter a 2-on-1 battle, or 2-on-2 I mean. I don't know if we ever encounter a 2-on-1 battle, but over here I am going to capture my next Pokemon, and you are going to be quite upset with that, but it only represents the Pokemon I really want. And you can already guess who that Pokemon is going to be, based on who I am, what my name is on this channel. But it is supposed to be a different Pokemon, and you will see on my Pokemon listing on the side over there that it it will show the representation of who it is, including the name I give it. Anyway, this is going to be the end of this episode. Thank you for watching. Please consider subscribing to my channel, leaving a like, and leaving a comment. I hope you enjoy your day and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you and goodbye.